Hi, you guys. This is Shore. How are you doing? I wanted to come to you tonight and just give a bit of history because I think that this is a historic time and we need to kind of filter it with the past. So I wanted to start the conversation by saying that in 1790, the U.S. Congress declared this place a white nation. Now, with that, all the trappings come with it, right? When we talk about systemic racism, when we talk about generational poverty, when we talk about all of that, it kind of stems from this ruling that our Congress did in 1790. And I'm bringing us to you now because I want to talk about that and talk about what it means to us now. We've come how many years, and I didn't do the math, you guys. Maybe one of you guys can do it and put it in the chat. How many years has it been since 1790? So in 1790, when Congress declared the United States a white nation, we were in slavery. And there was a hierarchy that was set up called the caste system. And that meant that the blacks, the Africans, the slave group was the lowest. The immigrants that came in from Europe, the indentured servants that did the work, they were promised that they would be middle class and that there would always be a class below them. And that is what we are. We have always been, up to this point, the lowest in the caste system in America. So it would be the blacks, the whites as the homeowners, right, as the middle class, and then actually it's kind of like Europe, where at the top it would be usually the lords and the knights. Well, it's the landowners. And then above that is the corporations. And then above that, right, is our government. So if we were created to be a white nation, then we need to understand that there was nothing set up for minorities in this country. And right now we're looking at a time in our political system where we need to start understanding our history. So I'm going to be doing some history broadcasts for us where we can start learning what actually happened here, why things are the way they are, and how we together can make change, right? Because if we don't know history, then we can't make our future. So this is one of many episodes that I'm going to do on history lessons. Put your questions down. Let's start discussing what happened here in America for real. So we all can hear it, all of us, and we all can get a better understanding of what they're trying to hide when they are banning books and doing all of these things to stop history from being told. So this is number one. 1790 Congress declared the U.S. a white nation. All minority groups that were from other countries, their immigration to this country was stopped. Chinese and Japanese immigration was also stopped. We also know that through the World War II that the Japanese were put into camps in this country. So we really want to discuss what is our power, what is our liability as this government is going through this shift, and what role do we play now? Another tidbit. Up until this point, African Americans have been on the outside of the political system. We've actually been on the outside of every system in this country because in 1790, we were declared a white nation. So when we're talking about getting involved, when we're talking about getting into the political system and we're talking about voting, I understand that many of us they don't trust the system. I understand that many of us don't want to vote. We don't believe that our voices are heard, and we are kind of battered and beaten. But I want to tell you right now that your vote counts. And I also want to tell you right now that they have suppressed our vote and tried to stop us. And these are some of the things that I'll be teaching us as we go on, the ways that they did it, not just telling you that they did it, but showing it to you. So right now, I want you guys to plug into Community Now, subscribe, like, follow, because we're going to be going through some information that we all need to know so that we can make a very good decision. And again, today 1790, the United States was declared a white nation. All immigration of brown peoples was stopped, and only white nations were brought in. And they were brought in so that they could become the majority in the nation and that they could vote. This meant that black vote, the brown vote, that they tried to marginalize it and stop it. And we know historically they did it in many ways, and they're doing it today. They're doing it by pulling our names off of voting registers. They're doing it by putting in new different IDs that are hard for us to get. They're doing it today. And we need to look at what is suppression today, not last year, not in the 1960s, but how are they doing it to us today to stop our vote so that they can bring in someone that can suppress us again. So I want to thank you for watching. Again, put in your questions. Anything you want to know, we'll research it, we'll find out, and we'll do this journey together on how we can gain power together, not separately, together. White, black, brown, purple, green, and blue. How do we come together and create the country and the nation that we know it should be and not let them run it for us? I'll talk to you soon with our next edition. Ciao.